Well, Irving has simply been great. 16 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him, too. Try to give him another open look or two. Well, few would have predicted back when Kevin Love was drafted 5th out of UCLA in 2008 that he'd become the superstar player we see today. He's transformed his body and expanded his game year after year.
The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. J.R. Smith out there with Irving, and it's Mozgov in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. That could give him a huge injection of energy, Clark.
And Kevin, that's exactly what they need right now. They've got to close the gap.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Or he can power those down. Oh, ridiculous move.
Tore it down that time.
They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
They grab their own miss. The 3 from Korver. Can't get it to go. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage like they did that night, Kevin, light it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does. Smith with a wide open look. Smith missing again. They get it back. Tipped away.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
LeBron, no good.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Teague the pass to Carroll. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Carroll's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
James. That's good. LeBron's got the lead up to 13 now for Cleveland.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
And here's Korver from the arc. The long-distance 3 is buried. He's got 10.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
Well, the question you have to wonder as we watch LeBron play in his prime, should we be more in awe, Clark, of him from a historical standpoint? He has a chance, as many people think, to be the best of all time when he hangs them up.
He's right in that discussion. He's arguably already in the top 10. Actually, in my opinion, he is in the top 10. Clearly, right now, if he stopped playing, he'd be in the top 10 with a chance to be on some people's top 5 list. He's a once-in-a-generation kind of player, but so too were others. Oscar, Wilt, Elgin, and guys of that ilk. But I think it will be a long time before we see anybody quite like him in size, strength, speed, and skill.
Well put. Cleveland leading by 12. Snatched up. And Thompson kicks to James. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Dishes it to Carroll. He feeds it to Antich. Launches it. Thompson with the rebound.
That's something they need to do more of. get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Irving. And then for Atlanta, Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Damari Carroll.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now, here's Thompson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And there's the foul. It's on Dennis Schroeder. That's his first foul. Here's LeBron, leading by 12. Dellavedova, that's good. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. LeBron shot is off.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. We've got 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. There's Mozgov. Shumpert gets a wide open look. The three-pointer is right on target. Shumpert's got 8. That'll be a 5-second call.
Inexcusable mistake for a team that's trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, I have no clue what he was thinking about there. As a matter of fact, he may have had his brain in neutral.
The Hawks trailed by 18. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Damari Carroll is out there with Scott. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Then there's Horford. And it's Teague in the 1. Smith's shot is good. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Horford with the block. They recover it. For 3, Love.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the 3 as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
Well, then they picked the right guy to put on it.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Here's Bazemore. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 5 assists in the game. Timeout called the Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, Miller comes in for Shumpert. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Matthew Dellavedova. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Hawks. Korver comes in for Kent Bazemore. And another miss by Cleveland.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Horford kicks to Korver. Kept alive. Outside Teague. Missed it, even after all those chances. Pass to Miller. Back to Irving. Blocked. And here comes the break. Knocked loose. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, it seemed slightly controversial when it was introduced a few seasons ago, but I think we can all agree now that the new flopping fines have been a big success. Flopping seems to have gone down across the board.
The Clark, flopping is not completely out of the NBA game, but at least now there are repercussions.
I agree, and I'm happy to see that, Kevin, because it's a play that shouldn't be in the game. And now the guys are fined for it and have been quite heavily fined for it. I think we're going to eventually see it become less and less a part of the game, which is the way it should be. Just absolute domination in this one for Teague. He has 14 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
Well, and he's got this team in such a good groove right now. The way he's moving the ball and passing, getting everybody involved, they're in a great flow.
Pushing it up. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That's exactly what you want coming off a steal. Get into transition, find an easy basket.
Yes, sir. The ideal fast break opportunity there.
And he gets it to go. Atlanta calls timeout.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. James comes in for Mike Miller. And then Shumpert in there for Smith. Well, I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He's not pleased with the careless turnovers offensively, saying, listen, we've got to get shots. It's as simple as that. We have to play smart and value the basketball. Kevin, did it sink in?
Thank you, Doris.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. And for the most part today, they have been. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Well, this is what he does. Shooting it well, he's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
LeBron, no good.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Teague for three. And Irving pulls it down. Irving's got 5 rebounds tonight. Shumpert gets a wide open look. And another 3 for Cleveland.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Cavaliers.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, he'd get a good look at the basket. And they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for LeBron James. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
Love kicks to Mozgov, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And, Steve, they did it in style, a beatdown the entire way.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Harold Antich, he's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Damari Carroll. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Kyle Korver. Miller's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Jenkins checked in.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
James has a 2-pointer. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
From deep 3-point range, they get the rebound. Mozgov kicks to Miller. Another shot. And James with the basket on the assist from Dellavedova.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
The drive by Scott. So we see the